seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor.
Law firms will take this as a retainer.
What? It must be a law firm where they hungry as hell. Now you gonna help me with this parole I'm dealing with?
Judge Joe Brown's all-new barbecue sauce and seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor. With one taste of our premium blends of all-natural ingredients, herbs, and spices, you'll fall in love with meat all over again. Judge Joe Brown's all-natural barbecue sauce collection is made up of 2 zesty flavors, original and spicy. There's only one way to bring order back to barbecuing. Just add Judge Joe Brown's all-natural barbecue sauce and seasoning, and you be the judge.
Ever feel like aerobic workouts are boring and redundant? Well, the G1S Plus can add fun to your exercise workout. The G1S Plus allows you to be active, get in shape, and be entertained at the same time. The 360-degree rotating 24-inch screen allows you to ride with a scenic view, listen to music, and watch YouTube videos. The G1S Plus gets your body into shape, is convenient, entertaining, and keeps you healthy. Click the link below for the promo. All right, so we're back and we are talking about some more woke media that is bad for your health. We are going to do a reaction to this new podcast called the Native Land Pod. What is the Native Land Pod, right? Well, welcome to the Native Land Pod, a 2024 election journey through a Black lens. Each week, Angela Rye, Tiffany Cross, and Andrew Gilliam unpack the news on the road to November 2024. Courageously seeking to build a home for marginalized voices, a defiant stance against mainstream narrative. This is our anthem, our narrative, our native land. And the reason why I'm doing that is because Tiffany Cross chose to have her own Saturday show or whatever show on MSNBC. She was an anchor, commentator there. They let her go. So when people get fired or let go or they leave corporate and they start their own, which is great, they want to be, I'm pro-independent. I'm creating a platform for marginalized voices going against the big corporate entity. But when they were cutting that check, you had your hand out saying, thank you, massa. You ain't have a problem doing segments talking negative about Black men. Yeah, fireworks. So, and you also have Andrew Gilliam. He used to be mayor in Florida, right?
Is he on it?
Yes. Can you pay attention?
Isn't he the one that got caught up in the bed with the gay folk busting him out while he was wasted? Yeah, okay.
Angela Rye, she is, she's attached lock and hip to the Al Sharptons, to the Congressional Black Caucus. So that's how she got in. Which one
is she? The one in the middle or the one on
the one right? On the end. So this is their podcast. They are part of iHeartRadio, and it's streamed on Apple. And I guess after the first episode, they were, number 1 on podcast ratings or whatever. But a lot of these numbers are skewed. However, the purpose of this whole podcast is for 3 Black people, different hues of Blackness coming together to promote more wokeness and victimhood. This is me with my description of it.
It seems like it's apt considering who's involved. By the way, I do iHeart with Valerie Denise Jones. We're syndicated on iHeart, so you can catch us.
Right. Well, it's right. So you could create podcasts and and syndicate it on iHeart. And so when they dropped their first one about a month ago, their podcast became number 1 or whatever. But anyway, one of these episodes I kind of want to do a quick reaction to, because it's talking about the illegal migrants, and it's titled "Miami Ain't No Sanctuary City." Let me just play this.
From their perspective, that's supposed to be good or bad.
Well, we won't agree with them. So let me get to the first point, the first time stamp here. Angela Rye, this is at the 13-minute mark. Angela Rye, she's quoted saying Black people are immigrants too. And I am so sick of that line with people. So let's move us over here. Give me a sec. All right. Okay, so listen. I could never listen to this whole podcast all the way through. It only got up to the 30-minute mark. And I only wanted to highlight when they were talking about the illegal migrants. They call them immigrants or migrants. They're not calling them illegal. They're calling Black people immigrants. You know, we are not immigrants. I guess maybe she's referring to the Africans and the Haitians that are still breaking the law, coming here illegally. But
your tolerance for those olfactory elements that are so offensive to the nostrils and to the sense of smell, they are amazing. I don't think I could have taken it as long as you did. Thank you for the navigation through this.
Well, I mean, the reason why I even brought this up with them is when we starting to see, I'm always talking about Roland Martin, and I'm not going to stop. And I may not stop talking about them, but they are so convinced in what they believe that they're actually thinking that something is wrong with Black people who starting to think and have been thinking the total opposite.
Think independently, rationally, logically, reasonably, analytically, with principle and purpose or forethought. Something's wrong with that because you're supposed to be a nice Negro, a third floor bed wench or a houseboy, and you're supposed to be trying to feel your way forward into pleasing your master and appropriately having your tongue loll out of the side of your mouth and your tail wag and roll over on your back so you can get your belly scratched and get a treat. And that's what you're supposed to be about.
So I want to switch gears a little bit.
Domestic animals.
It says, for the first time, Black women are leading Democrats in early primary states. Who is this person? This person here is Crystal Spain, became the first Black woman to chair the South Carolina Democrat Party in April 2023.
So why am I supposed to be joyous that another negress jumped in and she's got a part with the slave masters, the same part she's been allowed based on her status for the last several hundred years? So what am I supposed to get excited about? Somebody enlighten me. I don't understand. For some reason, I feel this slowness of comprehension. It eludes me. I know not why.
Well, I think it's because we supposed to cheer when it's a Black person, particularly a woman, because they want to put Black women up there to lead anything, especially when it has to do with Democrat or CRT or DEI, or anything, right? The women serve as the public face for the Democrat Party in South Carolina, Nevada, and Michigan. Here's what they have planned for 2024. Okay, what do you have planned? An endorsement from the influential Representative Jim Clyburn, in addition to support.
He's a jackass, so go ahead.
He is. For the next cycle, Biden and the Democrat National Committee rearranged the Democrat primary calendar to reflect the diversity of Democrat electorate. putting South Carolina first, followed by Nevada on Tuesday and Michigan on February 27th. Black women are leading all three of these Democrat state parties as polls are offering warning signs of Biden's standing among Black voters.
He's being recognized as a goddamn incompetent that his jackass self is. Excuse my language. Or one might say that the incompetence portrayed and exemplified by the current executive-in-chief of the United States is becoming intolerable. It is becoming an embarrassment and also a perceived threat as one digests the implications.
It says here, for years, Democrats have referred to Black women as the backbone of the party, a designation celebrating their decades of party support and their community leadership fighting for equitable laws, registering voters, or providing civil education. Okay, so going back to Black men voting red, this is exactly why Black men are switching to the Republicans. Because if you want to put Black women as the backbone of the Democrat Party, well, look at the state of Black America. Look at Chicago. Look at the 5 boroughs in New York. You're going
to disregard 50% of the Black race. Exactly what are you supposed to be up to?
Right.
Especially since the 50% you pay attention to, I don't think they do the drive-bys the last time. I don't think they do the rapes, robberies, the burglaries, most of the drug sales. I don't think that's the Black female. I think that's the Black male. So what are you going to do about them?
Exactly. And I'm trying to read through here to what is your agenda? They're not listing their agenda. The only thing they're saying is,
they don't have an agenda. There's been good third floor bed wenches to entertain the guests on the third floor, so they leave the plantation happy.
Yeah, they're highlighting their resumes. They're highlighting their resumes.
So why do I give a damn that what does that have to do with national policy and the fact that you've got incompetence in the White House and that I'm paying too much money for the food, and when I go to the grocery store, the shelves are empty, the gas costs too much. I deal with Social Security, Medicare, and the treatment you get online that they tell you to go is asininely ridiculous. I mean, everything's falling to pieces. I've seen it a lot better than it is. So why are we supposed to get impressed by this? You said you do better, but it got worse by any criteria that is meaningful. So exactly where is this going? Oh, I forgot. They've got some colored babes up in there that get on the third floor and they do their work well, and everybody's supposed to be happy because they did. Well, that's not quite where Black men are.
Well, it says here, a segment of the Black community, particularly younger progressives, are pressing the Biden administration to call for a ceasefire and an ongoing crisis in Gaza, Israel. That's BS, because Black community, why are you focused on Gaza and not focusing on what public policies you need in your community? So,
hey, look, I like my dog.
Wait, one second.
I like my dog, but do you think my dog is focusing on what I do outside of the house? All she is concerned with is kibbles and bits. The Negroes are nice dogs. They are concerned about Massa passing out portions of kibbles and bits, not what Massa is doing outside of the plantation.
Right. And it doesn't make this whole paragraph here doesn't make sense, because it's saying that Black community, particularly younger progressives, are pressing Biden on the Gaza crisis, right? But then in the next sentence, it says, Barnes said in Michigan, which has a sizable Arab American population, the state party is actively having conversations with community members about the issue. Are you talking to Black people or are you talking to the Arabs? First of all, in Michigan, particularly Detroit, they give them so many grants and so many public policies to open up businesses. But when it came to Black people wanting to create Little Africa, because you got Little Asia town, Arab town, and when Black people wanted Black town, they got no support. But now you're telling me that young Black people are pressing Biden about the ceasefire? That's not our priority. And if that is true, that is why we have this degenerate state regarding Black America. That is why we don't have any type of reparations. We don't have any type of policies to help us with economic mobility, because you're focused on the wrong shit. And honestly, you have to be Black women.
Why yours is not the reason why yours to wag your tail and sigh when you get your belly rubbed. By the way, that's a takeoff on Tennyson when he talked about soldiers. Ours is not the reason why, ours is but to do and die. So I guess the Negroes love getting their belly scratched and they wag their tails.
Biden still enjoys the highest approval ratings of any racial group from Black voters, but his average approval numbers with Black Americans have fallen by over 20 points, from 86% when he and Harris took office to 63%, and rightfully so. And that's the Black men.
Why are we so retarded?
Listen, I hate to say
anybody, we ought to be looking at this jackass and giving him like a 7% rating where it's in the one digit category.
I hate to say this, but and I said this before, they're trying to turn Black women, and they are turning some. Black women are the new face of white supremacy.
Agents
to white supremacy. Yeah. Agents to white supremacy. One more thing I wanted to highlight here.
I hate to talk about the sisters, but these aren't sisters. These are just
house wenches. Mammies. Snoop Dogg, Master P sue Walmart for hiding Snoop cereal. So it says rapper Snoop Dogg and Master P have filed a lawsuit against Walmart Inc. and Post Consumer Brands for allegedly keeping their cereal from the shelves in an attempt to sabotage their brand. In a lawsuit filed Tuesday, attorneys outlined that in 2022, Calvin Broadus, Snoop Dogg, and Percy Miller, Master P, created Broadus Foods to help provide affordable, high-quality breakfast food, including Snoop cereal. The suit alleges that when Broadus and Miller approached Post, the company attempted to buy the brand outright. The two rappers rejected the offer, believing it would destroy the whole purpose of leaving the company to their families. Generational wealth, right? Still, according to the lawsuit, the company pretended to be on board with the goal of Broadus Foods. And in December 2022, the rappers and Post entered a partnership promotion agreement in which Post would manufacture, market, distribute, and sell Snoop cereal. However, while the cereal was launched in Walmart stores last July, the lawsuit alleges that within a few months, customers could no longer find cereal on the shelves. Instead, the suit says stores in 20 states kept the boxes of the Snoop cereal in their stock rooms, coded not to be on the shelves. The boxes have been in the stock rooms for months without ever being made available to customers, the suit alleges. The lawsuit also alleges that on its website, Walmart raised the price of the cereal to more than $10 a box. Damn. I don't buy cereal, but I know cereal don't cost no $10.
No, it doesn't. And by the way, more power to them. That's what they're doing with them.
Yeah, so, in a press conference this week, Crump said the company's actions are in blatant disregard of Black-owned businesses. So the two rappers are now being represented by civil rights attorney Ben Crump.
Oh, give me a break. Oh, come on.
So it says here,
maybe he knows cereal better than he knows ends.
Well, you know what? Because they want a check. They want that settlement check.
They want a settlement check. Bottom line is, it's like anything in law. If you ain't good in the courtroom, your settlements aren't going to be very good either.
Broadus
He needs to try. If I might make a candid suggestion to him if he's listening, brother, try a case. Let's see what you got.
Are you talking to Ben Crump?
Yeah, brother. Get in front of a jury and try a case. That's what it's all about. If you aren't trying cases, you're getting low settlements now.
Broadus Foods according to the lawsuit, hopes to inspire economic empowerment among minorities while also supporting charities addressing hunger and homelessness. This case shines a light on the steep challenges faced by minority-owned businesses in securing fair opportunities in the marketplace. The actions by Post Foods and Walmart demonstrate cynical disregard and exploitation of minority entrepreneurs in the business world. But this is the thing, though. In a statement to The Hill, the Walmart spokesperson said that company values our relationships with our suppliers and we have a strong history of supporting entrepreneurs, blah, blah, blah. This is the same Walmart. You know, they get federal and state grant money to give free clothing and food to the illegal migrants, because in Philadelphia, they let them come an hour before closing to get whatever they need, like coats and stuff. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that because the babies are cold. They need shoes, they need socks, they need Pampers, they need milk, they need coats. It's wintertime. But Walmart is not doing it out of kindness of their heart. They're doing it because they're making more money from the federal government. And people don't understand when
they get free advertisement courtesy of the taxpayer to appeal to a new untapped market that can't even speak English for the most part. So they are very susceptible to government advertisement. They get the stuff served up Walmart, and they come to Walmart like everybody else does.
And once these people, once they get their work permits, Walmart is going to hire them.
Yeah, well, the thing about getting those work permits is that what the hell do you do about the black folk who could use the job, the Hispanic folk that already live here, the Chinese, the Asians, the kids that are out there that need summer jobs? What are you going to do about them? So they're sitting out there without, but you can bring other folk in. What time is that? What are you up to?
Exactly. And just too, let me just say this. Corporations, they are the biggest welfare recipients. They believe in socialism because it's profit in socialism. If they could profit from socialism, that they're still considered somewhat of a capitalist. And I say socialism is because Walmart, they hire a lot of part-timers and they make sure that they pay their employees just enough so that they can still qualify for food stamps.
They let them get enough so they can come back
and use the food stamps from the government.
Yeah, at the place they work.
Yes.
That's Henry Ford. In other words, he made sure his employees could afford to buy the cars that they made.
And didn't Henry Ford persuade politicians in California, particularly LA, not to build subways and stuff?
No, that was Ford Motor Company, not Henry Ford. That was General Motors. It was Ford Motor Company, General Motors, and Chrysler and American Motors. What they did is they bought up all of the public transportation in Los Angeles and they sold it off. It was a monopolistic move, so people would have to buy their cars to get around, because there'd be no public transportation. And they also got rid of all of the electric trolleys, which are environmentally cool, and they replaced them with gasoline buses, which caused a big mess pollution-wise in LA. So what happened is the Reagan administration in the 1980s settled a long-standing antitrust action against Chrysler, General Motors, Ford, American Motors. They settled it for guess how much?
How much?
$1. They made billions of dollars ripping off the public, and they paid $1 for the privilege.
$1 for the privilege of ripping off the public.
Mm-hmm.
And but this is
now think about it. And to this day, still trying to get it back together. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. But I mean, they don't consider that welfare. You know why? That's controlling the government. So you turn it to your own interest. Black folk
But it's
need to
socialism to a
understand.
certain degree.
No, but it's not really socialism. What it is this. It's the exercise of power. In other words, you participate in the political process because you have something you're trying to achieve. They want to achieve their wealth or enhancement to their condition of wealth. They are. It's working for them, but we don't get it because we're stuck on stupid like, oh my God, they're putting Black women in charge. Oh, I'm so impressed. Yeah. Question, what is that getting anybody? Answer, zero. So they're doing politics to get a return on their investment. We are making an investment for what? What do we get? What do we get? No gas at the pump on a low rate. No groceries, more job. Oh no, those are going to the newly invited in. What are we getting? Stuck on stupid.
You ain't getting nothing. Or you get the podcast of the native land. So you could feel more like a victim.
Yeah.
You get the all the DEI organization studies. So they can say you are losing sleep because
Losing
of
sleep because, oh my God, white supremacy is beating your ass.
And you know what? You might could get a disability check. Turn off your phones 2 hours before you go to bed. Play some calm music. You know, because you are suffering in 2024, in 2019, in 2020, in 2013, and the 2000s.
And give up your guns.
Yeah, give up your guns.
Contribute to someone doing you harm. Oh yeah.
You don't need to learn algebra.
You want to defund these vicious police that are causing you to lose sleep, and you want to bring in more folk that are setting up prostitution rings right down the street from where you live. They're giving you the finger because they're jacking up cops. Oh my God, the cops are the enemy type thing. They're kicking your ass, taking your jobs. They just walked in, they cut the line, and you're supposed to be happy. And oh my God, they got Black women who are helping this out.
In leadership positions. Okay. That's it. Thank you guys for tuning in to our, what is this? What are we calling this? Our woke segment. Our anti-woke segment.
This is Down with the House Negroes.
Right. We got to come up with a name for these segments. I don't know. I got to think of it. I'm just saying anti-woke segments. But anyway, go to the website, therealdananetwork.com.
Butlers and bed wenches.
Huh?
Butlers and bed wenches.
Yeah, that's a good one. Butlers and bed wenches. Go to the website, therealdananetwork.com, and subscribe, join the mailing list. Go to jjbbbq.com and buy sauce. And you also buy the barbecue sauce on Amazon. Bye.
Dana with your data. Dana with your data.